Hi, this is Adam Hewison. I'm coming to you as always from the digital studios of Market Club, and we're looking at a market that's been frustrating to a lot of people, myself included. This is the gold market, the spot gold market, and it's traded 24/7, 24/6 really, 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. But as you can see, we're going back. If you go back to April of '08, so this is April of '08, and take it here. And this is kind of like just one giant box of a trade. You really haven't seen much action. You've seen action above and around this center line, but no real strong trend persisting for any length of time. And I think it's particularly interesting to look at gold today, at what's happening there today. So let's just take this off the screen and let's go a little bit closer in and take a look at this market. The one thing before we do that, the key in gold now is, in my mind, to really get excited about gold in a really big way, a meaningful way, would be to take out this top. We've talked about this in previous videos. This is going to be a really big, over $1,000. You're going to get this market going from up to $1,200 to $1,300 a ounce, but it's got to go over $1,000, and it hasn't proven to be able to do that lately. So let's take this off the screen. We'll scope this into a pretty fast thing and look at today's action. Huge down move, gigantic in terms of, if you look at the rest of the days we haven't had a day like this for a long time. Even this day even surpasses this day right here. But look at what's happening to the MACD too. This is what I'm concerned about. The MACD is beginning to roll over. It hasn't rolled over yet, but it's beginning to roll over. Now, if we take everything off the screen, we put our trade triangles in. Okay, so here's our trade triangle, long at 946.40 on the weekly. Now, we use the weekly for the trend, remember. Let me just put that in. And the weekly for trend, and that's for the trade triangles. Okay, the weekly for trend and the daily for timing. Okay, so here we have a weekly signal at 946.40, an exit signal at 947.48. So we may have made $1 on this, we may have scratched the trade, but the reality is we didn't make any really serious money. But the triangles right now are indicating, I'll take this off the screen, as you can see right here, to be out of this market. So how far can this market come down? Or was this just a one blip wonder to the downside? My guess is we're going to see further downside action in this market. And to do that, to see how far a market can go, we're going to put our Fibonacci tool on the chart. So simply, you've seen me use this before, you click on the highest level, simply drag it down to the lowest denominator, which is right here, and you can see the levels that potentially we could see this market go to. The 50% retracement, it's 931.26. A 61.8% is 924.73. I think there's a good chance we'll see the market begin to base out, perhaps, much like we've seen it here, and then reverse back up. But for the time being, this market's going to be on the defensive. Now, in terms of a signal, turning this signal, this 946.40 signal, into a negative signal or a shorting signal, we really have to go to our weekly charts, and I'm going to just put that easily on the weekly charts. Click here and you've got the weekly charts. You see how this even keeps up with you in terms of, let's put this a little bit further out, it keeps up with the Fibonacci that we put on the daily charts, sticks to the weekly charts. It's very, very useful to have. So here's the weekly signal. This market's really going to have to go below 900 to get a signal this week. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think we're going to see more defensive action, and I want to be looking for a place to actually get long when we see some sort of reversal based on our daily triangles. Okay, if we've got the weekly still in a positive mode, even if it's at 946, we still want to be a buyer of this market should we see some very simple action, and then sort of a turn up, and we get our triangle below there, our green triangle, saying that the prices are going high. Now, the reason you're seeing triangles here is because we're looking at a weekly chart. Now, I take everything off the screen, and I take our daily triangles off here, and you see how they disappear? So you just see the weekly here, and then a weekly here, and I think we have a weekly way back here in April. So the reality is you don't get that many signals, and the important thing to do is not to get discouraged. I mean, I was surprised at the action in gold today, as I think a lot of people were, but nonetheless, our trade triangle technology, and this is the important thing to do, I'm going to go back to the daily, got you out of the situation on good stead. You would have actually either broken even or made a little bit of money, but the market is clearly on the defensive. We want to be looking around this 924 level and some corresponding triangles, triangles being the daily triangles like this. So if we get down to the 924 and we see like a signal like this, we want to get long, and I'll try and do another video on that. So hey, this is Adam Hewison from Market Club. Watch the triangles, they work. Thanks for watching. Every success.